Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Dark Match. Today, we'll be delving into the week of January 19th. That means WWE show, and it's very special because this was the 20th anniversary of Raw, so I was 9 years old when Raw first aired. I'm Ironbite. With me today is...
I'm Duo's Angel, and when did they actually air? Shit, I would have been 3.
Huh.
Seriously?
Wow.
Huh.
Actually, 4.
Okay, 4. That's better.
5. Okay, anyway. And I'm Kezra, and I'm doing the chic tweet this week. Hercules Hernandez, good man, we work out together. Still he did more medicine than the last Armstrong. God bless Hercules and his family.
The hell?
I don't know. First off, who's Hercules Hernandez?
Oh, I don't know who that is. Offhand.
I have no clue.
Apparently the Sheik likes him and his family, which is a good sign. I thought he hated everything.
Well, no, he loves, certain things.
He's insane.
There's that too. And I used to feel bad for the person who, well, ran his Twitter. I don't, because that guy is probably making more money than I am.
Yeah, probably.
Than I ever will.
Possibly, yeah.
So it is the 20th anniversary of Raw. They're in Houston, Texas. And we get to start off with...
As we do with all important Raws.
Vince McMahon coming out to thank everybody.
Before we get into the first actual segment, I want to comment on how they did enter the show. Like, instead of the standard opening, they came up with a montage video of every opening that they've had so far.
Oh, good lord.
Which is a really fun nostalgia trip, except when they got to the late 90s, early 2000s, which is when I first started watching wrestling, I kind of sat there through that whole thing going, man, I miss those days.
And you're talking about the intro with the move to the music, play that fucking music.
Yeah.
Ah! My mind, that was the best Raw theme ever.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't fucking Nickelback or Papa Roach.
Yeah, I gotta admit that actually hearing what like the last 3 have been, wow, what a step down.
Yeah. So, hey, Vince is out, and he'd like to thank the 4 billion people who have watched Raw since it began.
He would also like us to all of us to know that the reason he's gotten 4 billion viewers in 20 years is because he's a fucking genius. That's not an exact quote. I can't remember what he said in front of Genius.
Vince, I'd like to point out, you were the guy who had the promo to introduce the NWO into the WWE and called them Poison.
Think about every good thing that has happened in this company.
And then remember all the bad shit.
I'm just saying, this isn't like fucking TNA where Jeff Jarrett came out and said he's a genius. Vince McMahon has done a lot of really great things.
You know, I will give him credit. He's done some awesome things over the past 20 years with Raw.
Yeah.
I can't remember much. Oh, the ladder match with Jeff Hardy versus The Undertaker on free TV. Yeah, you knew Jeff Hardy wasn't going to win it, but dear God, that match.
I'll find that someday. That sounds amazing.
It is an amazing match. It was when Jeff Hardy actually gave a shit.
Good times.
Good times.
Okay, back to the show.
Yeah. He also announced The Rock is here, and we're going to have the Rock concert.
Yay.
And however, before that, we're going to have Ziggler versus Cena in a steel cage.
Bravo.
Wait. What?
I can't complain.
I can. It's
I
Cena
know
in a steel cage. He's gonna
Now-
overcome the odds.
Now I remember
Oh,
why
he would have done that anyways.
Ugh,
Now I remember why I forgot about Raw.
why?
Cena, steel cage.
I thought it was a good match.
It's not a bad match, but I already knew how it was going to end, so it was kind of pointless.
To be fair, if John Cena's involved, it's
It's
about a 90% chance that he's going to get to win.
Exactly.
we have jumped so far ahead of ourselves. It's not even funny because
Yeah.
out comes the Big Show, and you know
to
what?
kiss more ass than I have ever seen kissed on this show before.
Yeah. Basically that it's him saying, "Hey, look, there was a travesty on SmackDown."
You were the champion, we know.
Oh yeah, Big Show's lost some weight, about 15 pounds. Cause that fucking belt is heavy, okay?
Vince McMahon is such an asshole. I love him so much.
I know, it's like Big Show's like, no, Vince, don't show the footage. Vince is like,
No,
show the footage.
This was the first instance where they were getting very bizarrely meta. It wasn't shooting, they were just doing random bits of meta. Because Big Show mentions how he's, one of the bigger commodities of the company being a giant. Talking about when Vince brings up, let's show the footage and look at that. Big Show's like, no one knew I was coming out here. The truck can't possibly have anything ready.
Oh
Silly
yeah,
man.
this out. Right. But then, and then Big Show. I guess Big Show. The only way they were able to turn Big Show heel is by having him be a racist bastard.
Yeah.
By the way,
Yeah.
that's some meta as well because Big Show in WWE universe is a bastard.
Wait,
Anybody
what?
remember that? Anybody? Anybody remember his feud with with
Oh,
Big Boss Man?
you're a bastard, and your mama said so.
Yeah. Well, as he's taking a jab at Latinos and Mexicans.
To be fair, all he said was Latinos.
Yeah, that's true.
Let's compare that to the racism of TNA, where they were just busting out stereotypes.
That is true. Ricardo Rodriguez comes out to introduce your new World Heavyweight Champion, Alberto Del Rio.
Okay.
Hi.
Again, I reiterate. Why are you doing acid before the shows, Iron Bite?
I don't do acid before the show. I have some class. I do coke.
I was about to say.
Okay. Forgive me, dear sir, for being so rude towards you.
Exactly. Yeah, so Senor Del Rio is like, hey, you know what, Big Show? If you got a problem with me, let's do it in the ring. You'll get your rematch tonight. And the crowd's like, see. And I look around at the crowd and go, that's an awful lot of white people. I know it's
close enough to the border, I think.
But that's an awful lot of white people going see.
It's Texas.
And Big Show's like, no, I'm not prepared for a match tonight. Grow some balls, essay. I'm not gonna fight.
He did not call him essay.
You know what? I'm gonna have
that would have been nice.
I'm gonna have our rematch at the Royal Rumble pay-per-view.
Yeah.
And again, I have to compare to TNA. How is TNA handling one of their bigger title matches? It's next week.
Yeah.
On Impact.
On free TV.
With no build-up.
None whatsoever. Yeah, I have to go with Duos on this one because this is how you actually handle a title shot for one of the major titles. You put it, if you're going to put it on free TV like they did last week, you got to make it a complete surprise and then make the match actually worth something. Now they're going to put a match on a major pay-per-view. Granted, it's the World Heavyweight title and who gives a shit, but hey, they're treating it with more respect than TNA treats their world title. That's not saying much.
Yeah.
No.
And then Ricardo does something retarded.
Doesn't he always?
Well, this is really retarded. He grabs a bucket, and
This is they had a present for Big Show.
Yeah, and
a nice Mexican flag bucket.
Yeah, and Big Show's like, "Don't throw water on me." And Ricardo looks around and then just tosses it, and it's Doink the Clown's confetti. This is seriously Ricardo's gimmick now.
I guess we can say the Big Show was on damn it, Ricardo's bucket list. Oh god, I should make this show.
Yeah!
Wow, that was bad.
Food again.
Anyway, after
Let's
this
go to our
joke,
first
go
match. It's Wade Barrett versus.
Yeah, not gonna lie.
Me.
Why are we still doing this feud? This is my first question.
No, better question. Why are we still doing this match? It's Wade Barrett versus the Ortontron 9000 face mode.
That means that the next version of Orton will be over 9,000.
Yes.
Get out.
And also get out. Just get the fuck out. Backlash. Tell him he's fired. This. I can't say anything about this match because we've seen this match.
It was fine.
We've seen this match before. And yes, it's fine, but it's Wade Barrett versus Randy Orton. Match number 6,200,008.
And you know what?
I agree with you completely. And I haven't even been watching wrestling like consecutively for a while.
And you know what's the worst part? It's still less than AJ and Daniels.
Probably.
Yeah, really. At this point, match ends. Wade Barrett wins, and again, we can't really say anything because we've seen this match before. It either ends with Wade Barrett winning, or it ends with Randy Orton winning.
Well, actually, the ending was different because we actually saw Wade Barrett getting a clean win over Orton.
I've seen him get clean wins over Orton. I've seen Orton get clean wins over Wade Barrett. Again, I've seen this so many times.
I never saw Wade getting a clean win over Orton.
I have.
Okay.
Anyways, so we go to commercial because and we go back. Booker T is with Eve and Teddy Long, and Booker's like, "Hey, Eve, if you get counted out tonight, you're gonna lose your championship." Oh, Booker, that you don't mean that. You know, if I get counted out, nothing's gonna happen. And also, if you just let me get my way tonight, yeah.
Oh yeah,
yeah. She tried to seduce him, and he laughed in her face. So did Teddy Long, which did not end well for him.
Yeah. We go back. We have a video of Daniel Bryan and Kane talking together before meeting with Dr. Shelby. They're doing their usual.
This is the best part of the show.
They're doing their usual shtick, and as Dr. Shelby walks in, he's like, "Boys, if you're gonna do this, you got to go along with everything I say." And then in come Rhodes Scholars.
Oh no.
Oh,
we can't skip shit.
Okay.
We have to do this whole segment.
Alrighty then.
The first thing they do, and Kane and Bryan agree that they're just going to say whatever he wants to hear, because they just want to get this over with and leave.
Right.
So at first, Dr. Shelby's like, tell me what's your favorite thing about your partner. And he starts with Daniel Bryan, and Bryan's like, I like that he's tall and he can set things on fire by lowering his arms, and Kane looked really satisfied.
Okay.
So, funny there. And then Team Rhodes colors.
And Dr. Shelby is like, hey, hey, guys, antagonize these guys, okay? Just make them mad, okay? But Sandow and Rose are like, you're not even a real doctor. You're a failure. Dr. Phil wouldn't be on there. And Shelby's like, Brian, Kane, kill these
Get 'em.
two bitches.
Sick 'em!
Sick them.
Yeah, the Dr. Phil comment was those stupid bastards.
Yeah. So we're gonna have a pair of matches with these two teams. First, it's Kane versus Damian Sandow, and
Kane won really fast.
yeah, it's like Sandow's like, yeah, I'm winning. Let me go to the top. Oh, what's that? Oh, that's his. And that's a choke slam.
Yeah, sadly this was kind of short, but even with 3 hours, they had a lot of stuff to kind of cram in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Especially here comes up my favorite segment of the night. We have heard news that Mick Foley will be inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame. He comes out to accept, and it's like, hey, thank you. And then the Shield comes out. Now, if anybody knows anything, Dean Ambrose, before he got called up to the main roster, was involved in a Twitter feud with Mick Foley, and a lot of the rumors going around was that Mick Foley and Dean Ambrose were going to have a match at WrestleMania. This was about a year or two ago. I can't remember what. It never actually came out, and everybody's
Well, Mick kind of like super retired.
Yeah, he kind of did, but that doesn't mean he can't take a beatdown.
Actually, Foley said he had one last match in him.
Yeah, everyone
after the other one last match he had in him.
Exactly.
Because everybody says they have one last match.
Mick needs to stop wrestling now.
Yes, Flair needs to also. So as the Shield comes in, they beat down Mick, but out comes Ryback, and the Shield is like, ugh, this guy again? Seriously, it's like, oh, this guy again.
They started throwing a tantrum.
No, not this guy.
Not him, not again.
So Ryback comes in, they beat him down, he beats them down, they beat him down, and this brings out Orton, who runs in, and it's the same thing. And as the Shield is about to kill Orton, Foley, and Ryback,
Foley's gone. Foley took the fuck off.
Oh, good, because I didn't see him. I assumed he was, crumpled
no,
somewhere.
He left when Ryback showed up.
Okay, good. In comes Sheamus, and then the Shield is like, bye, Ambrose. And Ambrose is like, what? Oh, shit. Shell shock. So this brings out Josh Matthews as Ambrose is helped to the back by the remnants of the Shield. And Ryback's like, I seem to have noticed something. Every time I get in the ring with CM Punk, the Shield's there to help him escape. And you know what? I'm not going to rest until I eat Dean Ambrose, Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins. Feed me, Shield. Feed me, Shield. Feed me, Shield.
I stand by my theory that they were hired by Paul Raymond. Or Heyman. Wrong person.
Yes. That's exactly who hired them, Duos. Paul Raymond. Ray Romano's illegitimate.
Fuck you.
No, thank you. Anyways, so we go to commercial, we come back, and we've got a Divas Championship match, everybody, on free TV. Now, I'm going to tell you something. There are rumors rolling around that Eve's done after this match.
I think she really is.
I think she really is. because Kaitlyn wins, and this was a. Did you time it, Duos?
No, I forgot, and by the time I remembered, I didn't have enough time to actually go back and rewatch the whole damn match.
Okay, it wasn't that long, was it?
It wasn't that long, but it was decent.
Okay, was a decent match, but again, this is the WWE Divas, not women's wrestler division. So there's a bit of a talent distance, and Kaitlyn is your new Divas champion after a spear. She
Yeah.
uses a spear.
I will give one thing. Eve had a pretty good idea because she's not allowed to be disqualified or counted out. So what she ends up doing is that at the end of the match, she tries to get Kaitlyn counted out. She tries to knock her out and throw her over to the timekeeper. Unfortunately, Kaitlyn is not made of glass, so she snuck around the ring and got back in and then kicked her ass.
Yeah, that was actually kind of clever. So we go to the back where Josh Matthews is with Brodus Clay, and apparently Brodus Clay did not enjoy the comments that CM Punk said last week, and he's challenged him to a match. Okay, that's
Random.
fine. That's random, but hey, at least continuity. So so it's clobbering time, ladies and gentlemen. After the Funkettes dance with the only captive Funkasaurus in the world.
Whatever.
What the fuck? And this match happens, and this match is
Short.
short,
Yeah.
but awesome. I mean, I'm not expecting a 5-star match, but Punk definitely there was definitely a reason why Punk came out in this match and was like, did what he did, because he cuts a promo after. Oh, by the way, CM Punk wins.
With a
Punk
submission.
Yeah, via submission. So, Anaconda Vice. Punk basically cuts the same promo that, well, it's a continuation of last week's promo. He is a wrestler, and this is what he does. And he says this is what I do, and The Rock's going to come out later and do what he does. I don't know what that is. But you know what? He's not going to leave the the Royal Rumble with the title because it's the best in the world, and that's a fact. Okay. Made a longer match instead of, I don't know, this promo.
No.
Yeah, no. So we go to the back where Foley is on the phone, and the Rock is here. Everybody cheer.
Yay.
Yay.
Thank you. Rock, wants to congratulate Foley on his Hall of Fame induction, gives him a hug, and then he's like, "Hey, you're great, Foley. You'd really deserve this." And here comes Vicky Guerrero. 2 weeks ago, she turned face.
What?
She did?
Yeah, she was teaming with John Cena when Ziggler dumped her like, well, you know what.
That wasn't really a face turn.
Yeah, I know, because she's back to being a bitch.
Dude,
And
they
she
can't
says,
turn her face.
How do you
They
turn
would
her
never be
face?
able to put her back on TV.
it's true. So she comes in and she says, excuse me, and she can't, she doesn't like what Rock and Foley are saying, because this is her show. No, it's not. You're just the managing supervisor.
Managing supervisor.
Right, managing supervisor of Raw. Right, whatever the hell that means. And like baseball, they just shouldn't induct anybody. Is that a thing? Is the Baseball Hall of Fame really not inducting anybody this year?
I have no idea.
I don't know. Anyways, she asks Rocky if he's got anything to say to her, and Rock's like, Rock doesn't. She's like, "Arr." And you know, Brock looks at Foley and says, "Trust me, I got nothing to say." And Foley's like, last time you rock bottomed me. Look,
Nobody remembers that.
I do. Well, you're
I-
open.
I-
Join the rock.
Again, this was just them being weirdly meta for humor's sake.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't
Because that's
even.
exactly what it was. It was a call out of just the usual. Anything that happened X amount of time ago no longer counts.
Yeah. So then we have a Royal Rumble preview match.
Oh no.
It's Sheamus versus 3MB.
How is 3MB still a thing? What the thing?
I don't know. Sheamus quickly tosses Jinder Mahal and Drew McIntyre out, but it's having a little bit of trouble with Heath Slater. He goes for the broke kick and misses, and then that's when Heath Slater and Jinder Mahal grab him and pull him out. Your winner, Heath Slater.
Again. Didn't he win in SmackDown a challenge like this again?
I don't know. I don't care. But as 3MB has hoisted Heath Slater up on their shoulders, Sheamus gets back in and kicks Drew McIntyre's head off. I don't know what this was. This was like.
This was like, we need people to be beat down.
And then we have another backstage segment about with John Cena and Josh Matthews. Where the hell is Matt Stryker? He was surprisingly absent for a lot of this. So he asks about the steel cage and if it's going to keep out Langston. Cena's like, we should be talking about that. Let's talk about Braden Walker.
Oh yeah, Braden Walker. I marked out for that one.
I'm sitting there and I paused the YouTube because I don't watch this shit live. I have to work. And I go, what the fuck?
Braden Walker.
Braden Walker?
Yes.
I don't know who that is.
Okay. A while back, the WWE hired Chris Harris after he left TNA. Chris Harris was one half of America's Most Wanted, one of the better tag teams in the early days of TNA.
Oh.
So when he dated, I don't know why they hired him either. When he got up to the WWE, his gimmick was he went around to everybody, shaking their hands and going, "I'm Braden Walker." In fact, there's a 3-disc DVD set highlighting highlighting the best of Braden Walker.
Wasn't it?
Hey, Kez, remember the time Braden Walker stood on the stage with his hands on his hips?
Didn't he also go up to Steve Austin or something?
Remember the time he went up to Matt Hardy backstage at ECW and introduced himself?
Exactly.
Oh, and remember the time he was in that one match in ECW against that one guy?
Yeah, that one. Yeah, that was a good match.
Braden Walker.
Damn it, that guy was good.
Yeah, and then he got fat. Anyways, so after Duos, you are completely right. This Raw was meta. So Miz comes out and is like, "Hey, it's Miz TV time. Something awesome is about to happen. Here's a hint. Woo!"
Whoa.
Which brings out
Actually,
Ric
our
Flair.
hit was that it was the only person to be inducted in the Hall of Fame twice, which
Yeah.
is about as an obvious hint.
Yeah. So out comes Ric Flair, and okay, they have a little highlight video, and they're talking, they're going back and forth, and yeah, and out comes Antonio Cesaro, and I don't know why him and Miz are feuding.
Because they have nothing to do.
Pretty much.
I mean, I know Miz's greatest accomplishment was when he was the United States champion, and oh God, isn't that depressing?
Not the question is, Cesaro is a good heel. And they're still trying to put Miz over as a face.
No, they're trying to put him over as a heel. He
Yeah.
mentioned Flair, has put himself into debt trying to maintain his greatness. But he's got 4 ex-wives. And hey, Miz. And Miz is like, hey, whoa. I'm paying Ric Flair's bar tab. But you know what? I'm going to give you the receipt right now. And Cesaro's like, no, I'm going to be the bigger man. Bye. As he turns around to out, Flair's like, fuck you. Chop. Woo, woo. And then skull crushing finale.
This
And then like, hey Miz, you do this. And Miz is like, okay, figure 4. And it was the worst looking figure 4 I've ever seen.
this is going to start something I'm going to complain about in SmackDown. But for now, let's just go on.
So as we go to commercial, they clear out Miz TV. We go back. We've got Cody Rhodes versus Daniel Bryan
In another
in a
match.
Oh Lord, this was 30 seconds, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Was
it was punch, yes lock.
Yeah.
Isn't it the no lock? I don't know. And then we do find out that Eve has quit the company.
No.
No more booty shaking. I'm gonna miss that ass.
Meh.
I mean, I've seen better asses, but I'm gonna miss it.
What the fuck?
Speaking of asses, hey, look, it's AJ. She's a
AJ.
12-year-old boy. I have to focus on something
Point
besides
taken.
abs. Good Lord, you could grate cheese on those abs. Ooh.
You know what I've noticed when AJ and Big E Langston are together?
Yeah,
Big E has a bigger cleavage.
dude, I got bigger
Ouch.
than AJ Lee.
Hmm?
Okay. Seriously, I've got bigger cleavage. That girl has no boobs whatsoever, but those abs. You take a block of Parmesan or Reggiano, you just start grating. Oh,
Those abs are probably why she doesn't have any boobs.
probably. Basically they're playing clips of what wrestling weddings over the years.
Reminding me that Stephanie McMahon is still the greatest female heel I've ever seen. At least as far as being a complete bitch goes.
No, I'm gonna have to disagree with you on that, Duos. She's the second greatest female as far as going as being a bitch. Vicky Guerrero tops her.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, yeah. And then AJ's like, Ziggler's been preparing for this match his entire life.
Huh.
What? What?
Don't you know that he has the power to see the future?
Or the past?
He's like,
Yeah.
he's like Elvis from Twilight. He can see the future when it's useful for him.
I have a feeling Kezra is screwing up the gender of a Twilight character, but I don't really fucking care because it's Twilight. So next up is the steel cage Cena wins.
Yeah. It was nice.
No,
It was a nice match.
I mean Cena counters out of a sleeper hold. He shrugs off the zigzag and he's trying to but every time he tries to get out of the cage, Langston's there.
Yeah.
The best case of this being when Cena tried to go over the top, Ziggler went for the door, and Cena kicked it into his face.
Oh yeah, that one.
But instead of continuing to go over the cage, Cena gets back in.
Yeah, Langston had a chair, and he was banging it against right under where Cena was going to be, and
So
I
that
don't
Cena wouldn't drop
I
down.
would have jumped on Langston's shoulders and gave him a Hurricane Rana. I forgot I was in an Ethernet. AJ even tries to get in the ring for some reason. I don't think she ever came down.
No, I think she stayed up there.
No, yeah, I definitely do think she's still up there right now.
Yeah, and then she became the owl from The Legend of Zelda.
Cena wins with an attitude adjustment on Dolph Ziggler. Yeah, and overcomes the odds. Next up, because I don't really give a shit about Cena. Next up is someone who gives even less of a shit about Cena. It's The Rock concert.
Sadly,
And,
I did not get to see this.
well, just so you know, Rock had a special little song for Vicky Guerrero. In fact, it is going to become a #1 hit on iTunes. It is entitled "Biatch, You Look Horrible Tonight."
I'm sorry, but as much as I don't like what The Rock's doing with the WWE and shit, I love this segment. I
Yeah,
loved it to death.
it was actually pretty good, except for the end.
Yeah.
As Rock calls out CM Punk, who comes out with Paul Heyman, um, Rock is like, "Yeah, I'm gonna beat you in 13 days." There's every guarantee Punk. Look at what I started off. He even showed off a picture of what he looked like when he debuted. The Jerry curl, the tassels, you know, the stuff that looked good in the 80s,
Yeah.
the early 90s. So, no. And Punk whispers sweet nothings into Heyman's ear and then runs down to the ring because he has to prove his knee is okay. And there's a brawl. And that's how we end the 20th anniversary of Raw, with a brawl.
Well,
Yeah, that's interesting.
I need to say something about the whole CM Punk, the entire CM Punk Rock situation right now.
Go ahead.
Um,
Oh,
if
I've said a lot about it.
if you guys remember when Cena and Rock were doing their feud, the only thing you saw was basically Rock tearing Cena a new asshole, Cena tearing Rock a new asshole, and then they went up. They had a meh feud, to be honest, and the match, while not not 5 or 4 stars, it was an acceptable match, but nothing that matched up to the hype.
The
Never.
problem with the Rock Cena feud at WrestleMania, that culminated at WrestleMania, is one, Rock wasn't there half the time. He was doing these live via satellite promos, which was just completely killed any momentum the feud could ever have. And it just went on. It went on for 2 whole fucking months.
Yeah.
And it just sucked so bad. I'm not talking about the fact that the feud started a year before. No,
although that did not help.
that didn't help either. No, I'm talking about the fact that it was for 2 months of Rock phoning it in, and when he eventually does show up to confront Cena, Cena owns his ass. He owned his ass in promos. Rock just kept using this stupid Twitter shit about Cena's lady parts. You know what? Fuck that. Where was the Rock of old? You know?
He left to become an actor.
Oh, right. Okay.
But then, as I was going to say, now you look at the Rock Punk feud.
Right.
Look at this Rock concert. There was one thing that was distinctly missing from it, and that was the Rock just didn't. He didn't go Cena on Punk's ass. He didn't do. He didn't do like he did Cena. Remember when he was feuding with Cena? Even did the Rock concert. He did a song to Cena. Yada yada yada. Blah blah blah. When it comes to Punk, actually, I think the Rock is trying his best to put Punk over, because if you notice, he never mentions Punk during the Rock concert in the song. No, the song was for Vicky. He actually takes the time to call out Punk to put Punk over, and then he's going into this shtick about I'm the Rock and blah 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 blah, which to me, which for me is a sign that I'm pretty sure that Rock is going to put over Punk at the Royal Rumble at this point.
if that happens, clean or unclean, I will take back some of the mean things I've ever said about The Rock and
No,
how selfish he is.
I'm pretty sure because this is my point. Cena never needed the win over The Rock to cement his legacy. Even if Rock wanted to put Punk over, it didn't have to. Because Cena is Cena. Cena is the face of the company. You're not taking that away from him. Even if he loses to The Rock at WrestleMania. However, if Punk gets to defeat The Rock at the Royal Rumble in a title match, that would put Punk so over in terms of his legacy. And I'm pretty sure that The Rock wouldn't mind putting Punk over.
Okay, that's fair enough.
I can see that.
Okay, so that was Raw. Let's move on to SmackDown. And we're gonna kick off tonight with Fiesta del Rio.
Oh no!
Yeah, apparently, Ricardo Rodriguez would like to welcome the crowd to Fiesta del Rio. Spanish, Alberto del Rio.
This segment made my eyes bleed. I think I'm never going to get my full sight back again. Why a pasty Irishman dancing?
We'll get to that in a second. So out comes Del Rio, and he's like, "Thank you, Jiminy Cricket. I'm Pinocchio." I'll get to that in a second. Okay, I'll get to that now. Basically, Del Rio's face turn coincided with Ricardo, him kind of coming to Ricardo Rodriguez's aid against the Big Show. It's almost as if Ricardo was his Jiminy Cricket and Del Rio was, a very muscular pipe bomb.
Yeah, very muscular, very Latino, Mexican-ish Pinocchio.
Yes. So essentially, so Rodriguez is playing Del Rio's Jiminy, in a way, which works well enough. Okay, and I kind of like that. Del Rio character, which is this I'm a rich Mexican aristocrat. Who's ever heard of a rich Mexican?
The
The
God
What?
damn it, I can bite.
But in the meantime, did we die?
Huh?
No.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. But so that's basically that. But as Del Rio's saying, "Hey, Big Show's no longer the world heavyweight champion. I am Arriba." Out comes Dolph Ziggler with AJ and Big E. So we've got Lee and Big E, and JBL's like, "Is he gonna cash in his contract?"
What? Ugh.
You'd be stupid.
Ugh.
Yeah,
I can feel brain damage forming in my head.
I can too. So Ziggler cuts a damn good promo about, hey, maybe our invitations was lost in the mail. And hey, Del Rio's like, this is my party, Ricardo's party, all my friends' party. Ziggler's like, it's funny you think all these people are your friends, and it's also funny you think you hold the title, but you don't. You just got a big giant target on your head. You know what? I'm gonna cash this in, and you'll be saying adios to the championship. You're Dolph Ziggler. When have you won anything?
I only won the briefcase twice.
Also, did anyone notice how badly banged up that briefcase is?
Yeah, they've been using that an awful lot. Ziggler's like, you know what? Let me introduce you to Big E Langston, and you know, Langston's like, "Que paso, little man?
Biggie Langston and his boobs.
Get out right now." Oh, we'll leave. But you know what? Maybe I'll have Langston here. You know, drop you where you stand, and then cash it in, and then leave the title. Do it. I do not care. And this brings out Big Show. Hey, whoa,
Of all
whoa, whoa,
people.
whoa! I'm gonna be his partner at the Royal Rumble. You don't do anything, Ziggler. Ziggler's like, well, you know, Del Rio, you're not very good with math because you're pretty much outnumbered. And this brings out the biggest objection I have to this ever. Why is Sheamus coming to Del Rio's aid? Does nobody remember the war they had over the WWE the World Heavyweight Championship? Nobody? Certainly don't.
Iron Bite.
Yeah.
Remember when Triple H and Sheamus were feuding and trying to kill each other?
Yes.
Remember when Triple H and Sheamus were buddies after Sheamus turned face?
Yes.
I erased my case.
You erase your case. What?
I completely forgot the word. Oh my god.
Rest.
Draft my case. Yes.
I know English isn't your first language or anything. I'm not trying to make fun of you for that. It's just that when you say I erase my case, I have to call you out on that.
No, I think my brain froze. My brain froze for a moment.
You're in Portugal. Shouldn't it be warm over there?
No, it's fucking cool. I went up to the top of the mountain today to take a few pictures, and I think my brain froze in the process.
Portugal has mountains.
Yes.
Why wouldn't it?
I thought it was just featureless plain like Spain.
No,
with the rain on plains in Spain. And this joke has gotten away from me. Sheamus is like, hey, Del Rio, I didn't mean to, oh, God, now I'm in a Mexican accent. Oh, Sharon Begonias, there we go. Oh, Del Rio, I know we've had our differences in the past, but you know what? We beat each other back in blue, used cars on each other, fought all over the arena, but you know what? Let's have bygones be gods. And you know what? I'm just here to be a bouncer. Because here's all these moppets trying to get involved with the ring. I thank you, Sheamus. This is a fiesta! I don't want anyone fighting. Really? Okay, maybe just a little. As they get ready for a fight, out comes the general manager of SmackDown, Teddy Long. Woo! He's like, whoa, players. Now before you get into anything, I see 4 people in the ring. Match.
No, but it wasn't Teddy.
You serious?
Yeah.
Booker T's general manager, remember?
Wait.
He just kind of stole Teddy's gimmick.
Oh.
Iron Bite, I can barely hear you. Get close to the microphone.
You don't want me that close. Oh, but Teddy Long usually makes the tag. Anyways, and so yeah, we're gonna have a tag team main event, and the heels leave, and Booker is like, "Let's party," and and we get a spinneroonie.
But then Sheamus danced.
Yeah.
And I felt my soul die inside.
I'm glad I have a soul to die with.
Why would you do this to me, the WWE? What did I ever do to you? I try to watch like a good boy, and I try to give myself, and then you give me Sheamus dancing.
Yeah, that was
I'm just saying, some things you shouldn't do.
Right. So we're gonna see Team Hell No and Randy Orton taking on Wade Barrett and Rhodes Scholars, and then we'll have a replay of the Rock concert. But first, Antonio Cesaro versus Kofi Kingston. This was actually this was a good match. They kept continuity with the fact that, hey, look at how awesome Kofi Kingston is. Look at how awesome Antonio Cesaro is, and oh yeah, Miz is feuding with Antonio Cesaro. And good match. I'm kind of glad Kofi is out of a title picture at the moment, so he can kind of relax, rest, and not have to put his body on the line, even though he does in this match, because that's what Kofi Kingston does. And Antonio Cesaro wins in a rather unique way too. Nobody's gonna say anything about this match. I mean, it was a good match, right?
Yeah, but I remember it being a good match, but I don't remember anything that stood out in my memory actually.
Well,
But
there was the ending with the Hurricane Rana countered into a neutralizer.
oh, the Styles Clash.
It's not Styles. It is a fucking Styles Clash. Except he doesn't the whole steps over the guy's body and puts him behind his legs. Fuck.
It's basically the same thing. When I saw Cesaro at the move, where have I seen that before?
Holy shit. Antonio Cesaro, who is he really?
Oh god, I have no
Colt
idea.
Cabana. Backlash help.
Okay,
Nope.
give me a second. Give me a second. Wikipedia can tell everything.
Oh, Claudio Castagnoli.
Exactly. Claudio Castagnoli. Exactly.
Claudio Castagnoli. So Claudio Castagnoli stole.
Noli.
Newly? Oh my god.
I don't do well with foreign names. So Claudio and Michelle McCool have both stolen the goddamn Styles Clash from AJ Styles.
Michelle McCool did the Styles Clash?
Yes!
The fuck?
Anyway, so as Miz is watching his good buddy Kofi Kingston lose, he's walking away and he bumps into Primo, Epico, and Hips.
Yay.
It's Rosa Mendez, but
No, you're right the first time.
I forgot she had a job.
I forgot she had a name because god damn, she can move those hips.
I'm pretty sure her job description might literally be model.
Nah, it's leg.
I actually think right now her job description is shake your hips. That's all you have to do.
No. That's just in the contract.
So they come out and they're like, "Hey, how's it going, Ric Flair's new sidekick?" What? Seriously? Really? Miz is like, "Hey, this is the first time, we've talked in 3 years, and you're gonna copy one of my lines." Rose is like, "We talk all the time, and we were just talking about how much you have in common with Flair. A lot of success, hundreds of women dripping off of him.
Nope, none of those.
A killer catchphrase. Really? Seriously?
Not really."
Anyways, then Miz mixes up their names because honestly, I mix up their names too. And hey, you know what? I'm gonna leave the match up to one of you. And you know what? Leave it up to Rosa, whatever it is she does, because God only knows what she does. And bye. And Rosa's like, "Oh no, we can't. Spanish.
Spanish. I need to start translating those stuff.
Someone needs to. So we go to our next match, which is Tensai versus the Great Khali. Hey, remember when Tensai was a thing?
Yeah. That was like a whole month.
Yeah. They were really trying to put him over and even beat Cena.
And remember when it went to nowhere? Well, now he's John. Yeah. Because he got big ended. And,
nah, I got midget handled.
Yeah, he got midget handled. Anyways, so we go backstage where Daniel Bryan and Kane are talking, and the best part of the WWE is back.
Exactly.
And Bryan's like, I don't get why Dr. Shelby thought it was, great to bring in Rhodes Scholars. I mean, yeah, we beat them, a lot. We're talking about, hey, what about also things that are better ideas? What's that thing on Cody's face? I really don't know. And Bryan's like, yeah, some people just don't understand when their facial hair starts to look ridiculous. Kane's like, yeah, tell me about it. What are you trying to say? No. Yes. No. Yes. No. Yes. Stop it, guys. If you're going to act like second graders, or are you going to bring some pain to Rhodes Scholars and Wade Barrett? Can we do both? Randy Orton Tron 9,000?
10,000!
Base edition? And then, can we do both? And walks away. That's the greatest part of the fucking company. And Brad's like, oh, Randy, we're working through some anger issues. I mean, you know about anger issues. But you know what? We used to be like you. Thanks to Dr. Shelby. We're in a better place. We're also champions. Something not. I'm entering the Royal Rumble. Yeah. I know about that order. But, here's the thing. That's not about that. Tonight, we're going to win our match, and then we're going to have a group hug. I'm not a hugger. You're not yet.
This is terrifying.
The greatest thing ever. I swear to God, it is the greatest thing ever. Team Hell No is the greatest thing to ever hit my airwaves since
Kaitlyn.
Indeed.
Yes.
But no, not since Kaitlyn. Since I discovered softcore porn on HBO.
Dude.
What?
You have really low standards.
I have
Yeah.
issues. We have Team Rhodes Scholars and Wade Barrett versus Team Hell No and the Orton Tron 9000 face mode.
Face mode.
Face
That's
mode!
continuing the ongoing tradition of taking two feuds and slamming them together.
Yeah, this match happened, and okay, I'm just gonna say it. It happened. That's all that is. Team Hell No was hilarious as always. Daniel Bryan getting his ass handed to him is always fun to watch. Kane, he got the hot tags, and then Randy Orton gets the hot tags, and
Yeah.
Then Sandow eats an RKO, and well, Orton picks up the win.
Remember when Sandow was unbeatable? Yeah.
Sandow was a thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Was
do
it
too.
unbeatable? Wow, I missed that entire period of time.
It was like a week.
So
So
it was about
Daniel Bryan is like, hug time. I'm not a hugger. And then as Orton turns around, there's Kane, hug time. And then
I'm suddenly thinking of the scene in Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time after you beat the Dodongo's cavern and all Gorons are trying to hug you.
that wasn't so well. There's a reason why Link had that look on his face, because it was actually rape time. And that's exactly what happened here. Orton was raped, man. He was gang banged. No,
God damn it, you son of a bitch! Don't do that to my childhood.
I will be doing everything to your childhood after the show.
What?
I'm going to kill you.
Yes, you do that.
Moving on.
I give you permission.
Yay!
She needs your permission.
Wait, shit, he doesn't live in Oregon anymore.
Nope. Nope.
It was
Anyways,
closest to Virginia.
I'm not.
I am.
No,
You
Lee,
do it.
do me a favor. Go kill him.
Okay. So we have a replay of the Rock concert. We've said all we've said all that we had to say about that. But up next is The Miz versus Epico, Primo. I can't tell. They're both interchangeable. And they're both jobbing, so I don't really give a shit.
Let's call them Mexican stereotype number 1 and Mexican stereotype number 2.
But they're both Puerto Rican.
I don't care. They're still Mexican.
No, they're Puerto Rican. There is a difference.
No.
Just no.
Mexican.
So Miz and Primo, it's actually Primo, not Epico. I'm making a joke that you really can't tell them apart. You can. It's a little bit easier to tell them apart than say the Usos, but
which is hilarious because the Usos are supposed to have that one really obvious thing, and it's like, yeah, that tattoo is too small to actually see on television, you dumbasses.
Yeah, and if anybody remembers last year's Royal Rumble review, where we totally screwed up the names of Primo and Epico, we reversed them. That's because they look exactly alike. They are almost twins, even though they're supposed to be cousins. No, they are supposed to be cousins.
No, they're actually cousins.
They're actually cousins. They're twins. I don't care what you tell me. This was a good match. They're definitely trying to play. Miz is trying to emulate Ric Flair for whatever reason.
And that pissed me off so much. Even the finish of the match. Oh my god.
Again, finish comes where Miz kicks. Primo attempts to lock in the figure 4 leg lock when Miz kicks him into Epico and then applies his own figure 4 leg lock. And it's like, what? Why are you using the figure 4? You have the skull-crushing finale.
He needs another finisher.
I guess he needs a submission finisher.
Yeah.
You can't really go wrong with a figure 4 as a finisher for anybody. And Layla's like, wow, I forgot how heavy this was. Honey.
And Layla just screams warning signs all over.
It really does. I'm like looking at Layla and I'm looking at the belt. I'm going, didn't you used to carry around 2 of those things? You did, didn't you?
No, even her face. If you notice her face while she's looking at the title, she's almost going like Gollum. I kept expecting her to go, my precious.
Wow. Anyways, Booker T and Teddy Long show up and they're like, hey, great job, Kaitlyn. And Teddy's like, hey, I'm so glad you caused Eve Torres to quit, player. Wasn't happy about her slapping me. That was funny. Well, I gotta go on to my match, guys. Bye. Okay, let's detail the Chick Busters, the team of AJ and Kaitlyn. One is has been in several high-profile feuds with the top of the WWE roster. And the other is the best women's wrestler in the world.
Someone is playing a DS.
Yeah, just that immediately. That actually sums up this. AJ has had a much better career since slapping Kaitlyn.
Yeah, totally.
I mean, a much better career since. What's Kaitlyn got? Ooh, you've got the Divas Championship. Congratulations. You've got a useless belt.
Pink belt.
She actually became a better wrestler in the meantime. We have to admit that she's been getting a lot better.
Yeah. You really, in this, you can't. In this day and age, a woman. I've said a lot about the Divas division. The worst thing they ever did was calling their women's wrestlers divas. I don't understand why you needed to have the distinction of divas or knockouts. I just don't understand that. Call them what they are, women wrestlers.
Okay,
They used to.
That was such a better name for it back in the day of Trish Stratus, Lita, Molly Holly.
The only reasoning I can come up with, since I was not around when this happened, was they hired a bunch of models and went, oh shit, it's probably false advertising now.
Also, they had Victoria and
Jack,
Shayna,
Becky,
Mickey, Gail Kim.
Gail Kim. God, that was such a deep women's roster.
Yeah, it was.
I mentioned I missed the early 2000s of WWE lately. Because goddamn do I miss that.
Anyways, Oksana versus Kaitlyn happened. Kaitlyn wins with the spear. Apparently that's her finisher now. Well, next out is we're gonna hear from the Shield because they want to talk because they need to talk about how they want everybody's attention. They talk about how Mick Foley has had a Hall of Fame moment is because of all the broken bodies he's left in his wake.
No, actually, he left his body broken several times. I think you got that one wrong.
Yeah,
that's a little backwards.
No. Apparently, the Shield thinks that Foley has left broken dreams and broken bodies in his wake on his way to the Hall of Fame. Hey, Dean, it's actually his dreams and his body that he's broken on his way to the Hall of Fame. And Seth Rollins is like, yeah, we spoiled that in the name of justice.
They're still holding on to that.
Yeah, they really are.
For the great justice.
We are here for justice. It's like, Mick's been in Dean gets back, grabs the mic from Seth Rollins because, yeah, it's Seth Rollins. And he's like, Mick is in denial for all the responsibilities for the example he set for everyone who sacrificed their bodies in the name of hardcore. Yeah, Tommy Dreamer is really, going, I really wish I hadn't sacrificed my career going back to TNA for a second. That was dumb of me. Reigns is like, yeah, I hold Foley accountable. And Seth Rollins like, Ryback is accountable. He wants what he had taken from him, but you know what? He's never going to get that back. And he's like, hey, we broke one of the 206 bones in your body, Randy Orton. Seth's like, Sheamus fights for fun, but we fight for justice. You will believe in Shield. They were not in the arena.
Nope.
This was all on YouTube, so nobody could find them.
Well.
Yeah. Oh, and speaking of shit that doesn't matter, apparently the Shield did something on Wednesday. They attacked Randy Orton. Hey, look, they're trying to make main event relevant.
I was looking at that like, when did this happen? Then I looked at the corner of the screen. Oh, that show I don't watch and couldn't give less of a fuck about. Okay.
Apparently on main event, the Shield attacked Randy Orton, and apparently Sheamus is apologizing for not being there because who's there on main event? It's not like they recorded on SmackDown. Oh wait, Sheamus, you were there. Anyways, Orton's like, hey, I don't need your help. Yeah, you're doing such a good job on your own.
Getting beat down like a...
Hey, Sheamus. You always have something to say. In 2 weeks at the Royal Rumble, I'm gonna win. And while you have an answer for everything, you will answer to me. And then he walks off to go get his batteries changed. And Sheamus laughs.
Poor Orton. He doesn't know that Jericho is going to win the Rumble.
Kez?
Yes?
Jericho's touring.
You keep telling yourself that.
I don't have to tell myself that.
Shut up. Jericho's winning. And that's the end of this discussion.
Kez.
Just let it. It's fine.
All right. Anyway, we hit our tag team main event: Big Show and Dolph Ziggler versus Sheamus and Alberto Del Rio. And this match happened. I don't know why it's happened.
But it happened.
AJ and Big E decide to get involved too by trying to kill Sheamus, and the ref is like, "No, both you get out of here, Big E. You're not supposed to do that." Instead of, "Oh, I don't know," doing his job and disqualifying Big Show and Ziggler. Sorry. And then AJ is like, "What? Let me act crazy. Crazy.
And we basically find out why the hell that briefcase looks like shit.
Yeah, Big E's been beating people at house shows with it.
And AJ has been smashing it against the ring.
Yeah, that too. So the rest of the match is just your typical tag team match. But at the very end, well,
stuff happens.
Yeah, stuff happens. At the end, Ziggler and Del Rio are the legal men. Ziggler manages to lock in the cross arm breaker. Big Show is like, "Fuck this shit," drops the leg. Sheamus runs in, hits white noise because they're still trying to say, "Hey, look, this can still happen." And then Del Rio, somehow this makes Big Show the legal man. I don't know what the fuck happened.
I didn't understand it either.
Okay, Del Rio grabs a bucket of water, dumps it on Big Show, and Big Show's like, "Well, fuck this, I'm gone," and walks out and gets counted out. When did he become the legal man? I don't.
Iron Bite. Don't think about it. Really, go back to the Coke. It'll make.
It's a tag team match. I don't think they ever actually know who's the legal man. Towards the end of it, I don't think we're supposed to care.
There's nothing in my results about Big Show getting tagged. There's nothing in my when I watched it, I didn't see Ziggler tag in Big Show. He just comes in, hits the leg drop, elbow drop, whatever drop, breaking up the cross arm breaker, and then gets hit with white noise and an enziguri and scuttles off after getting a bucket of water. That makes no sense.
It's supposed to end with the big celebration with Del Rio and. So yeah, that was the entire point.
Yay. That's SmackDown.
SmackDown. That happened.
Yeah.
Okay, the 20-year anniversary episode of Raw wasn't as obnoxious as it could have been. They didn't bring in any old people that, haven't been around
Wait.
Ever. But at the same time, it was okay. I mean, it was okay. It was an okay week for the WWE. Certainly better than TNA.
Oh yeah.
Oh, without a fucking, by a fucking mile.
Okay. At least there was action. The 20th anniversary episode of Raw was almost all action. We had some awesome stuff with Team Hell No and Dr. Shelby. And then SmackDown continues that storyline. They hugged Orton from both sides.
Rape hug.
Also, you could you could have Captain Ballarms show up, and I'd be like, wow, that'd be kind of awesome. You guys have no clue who Captain Ballarms is.
Nope.
Sorry.
So, what's all HBK's fault?
You go first, Iron Bite.
Well, it's all HBK's fault that Alberto Del Rio's fiesta celebration was interrupted by Big E Langston trying to speak Spanish.
Duels.
Failed seduction is all HBK's fault.
Me not remembering anything of Raw until I read the results is all HBK's fault.
That's perfectly all right. So let's go to the plugs.
Not
Nope,
just yet.
Not just yet.
Because I do believe we have a pay-per-view to run down.
Exactly.
No, we don't.
But, no.
No?
Never mind.
No.
Wrong week.
Okay, plugs then.
Wait, yeah, thank you. All right, so plugs. Don't forget to subscribe to us on Blip TV or YouTube to keep up to date with all our videos. You can also like us on Facebook. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter at DarkMatch Wrestling, as well as our individual Twitters as they come up on the screen, except for Jingus because he just refuses to join the 21st century. You can also follow us on don't forget to check out TRE Productions, where all our videos plus lots of other great stuff is hosted. We're also on RVT in the community section. Last, not least, but still
RTV.
RVT, that's what I said.
TV.
No, that was me trolling him.
Oh, is it? Oh, fucking A.
Yeah. Okay, thank you, RVT. Fuck you, Cat.
I don't go to that site. Leave me alone.
Last but not least, this is us at the Spoonie Experiment forums in the wrestling section, where you can tell us, I don't know, Alberto Del Rio's codpiece was weird or something. I don't know. That'll do it for the week of January 19th, 2013. This has been the Dark Match, the WWE show. Of course, I am Iron Bite Dash. I completely forgot to do that at the beginning of the show.
Yeah.
I'm Duo's Angel.
And I'm Kezra, back from the living after TNA.
Good night. Good luck.